Listen to this. I'm Jeff Goldblum. Hello. And welcome to the great Graham Norton Show.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show. Thank you. No, it's not new. Hey, we begin with great news. Boris has had his new baby. Congratulations to Boris and Carrie and their new baby boy. I wonder what he looks like. Something like that, I imagine. Actually, one mother's already posted a picture of her toddler that looks like a baby Boris. Suspiciously good. Hey, but not as good as this toddler that looks like Ed Sheeran. Or baby Gordon Ramsay. Or my favourite, it's a baby Danny DeVito. Oh, uncanny and cute. Hey, we've got another bumper half hour of television for you tonight. We've got cult documentary filmmaker Louis Theroux, Harry Potter star Imelda Staunton, pop star Mabel, plus a very special TV treat. Master mentalist Lior Suchard will be here to bend the minds of the nation, and you can join in. What you'll need are those, knife, fork and a spoon. So go and get them now, and you too can have your mind bent. But we begin with some Californian sunshine and the coolest man on the planet. It's Jeff Goldblum. Hi, Jeff.
Graham, hello to you. I'm so happy to see you, my friend. Boy, we haven't seen each other since the last time I was on, but during that cycle, we did we were on radio together and everything. We hung out together.
Yeah. Can I just say, I'm so glad that you haven't let the sartorial standards slip in lockdown.
Well, thank you very, very much. I thought it's right now, it's of course earlier than it is there, but it's Friday night and you're you and England is England and the world is the world, and why shouldn't I gussy up a little bit?
Well, listen, the other thing you've done is make an entire television series, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, and we've got a taster of what you got up to. Here we go.
My name is Jeff Goldblum. The name of the show is The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Be forewarned, I'm in the show a lot. Wow. I'm sort of fascinated by a lot of things. Sneakers.
These shoes are worth $12,000 to $15,000.
Oh, boy. Denim. Ice cream.
Hey, can I guess what kind of ice cream you want?
Jewelry.
Isn't that something?
And then, every once in a while, I break into song. Okay, anyway, what were we talking about?
It really is The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I'm me, if nothing else. But it's interesting. It was really interesting to me. And I found myself talking to people and being in places where I wouldn't ordinarily have been. It was eye-opening. It was during this period where I'm being a dad for the first time, too. So I'm in a growth spurt of curiosity and engagement and surprises, So I loved it.
As I watched the series, though, Jeff, I was struck that in most episodes, you seem to get a lot of free stuff.
Well, no. You may have gotten a misimpression. That's not what I'm in it for. And on this show, I got some nice stuff, but only a couple of things. But they were very nice. In that episode where I visited Detroit Bikes on our episode about bicycles, they made me a bicycle. I didn't have an adult bicycle, as I tell them. I have it in my backyard, and I ride with my two sons. I love that. And then, I forgot to I'm going to run away because I forgot. I was going to show you something that I got from this, where I visited.
Go get it. Go get it.
I'll be
go
right.
Get it.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't look at my.
No, it's fine.
My,
I'll check emails.
Production design shelves behind this, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Here I come. Yeah. I'm so sorry. We had cooked this up, but I forgot. I put it in my closet. There was an episode on jewelry. We went to Johnny Dang's place, who does a lot of things for sports stars and hip hop artists, and he made me a grill. You know what a grill is?
A grill for you? Is it for your mouth?
Yeah, it's teeth. I'll put it on. I'll show you.
Both sets.
Oh, darn. Wait. What do you think of that?
That's amazing.
But I'm keeping them. They're one of the things I'm loath to keep a lot of memorabilia, but I like these, and there might be an opportunity where it's just perfect. Besides this, but there you go. They're pretty good, aren't they?
And Jeff, so much of Hollywood is on pause right now. So the new Jurassic World movie that we thought we'd be seeing, what's the word on it? Does anybody know what's happening?
Yeah, we plan to, as much as anybody can, given our uncharted territory. We're all in touch. I talked to Laura Dern and Sam Neill, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and the wonderful director Colin Trevorrow, who's written this third one, going to direct it. They had already done a bit of it. I wasn't in it yet. I was meant to leave this week to go to England, where it's all being shot. I would have been at Pinewood Studios right around now, but the calendar's changed. But every day I work on my part. This morning I went over my interesting speeches and scenes, and so I'm very excited about it.
You're going to be so good by the time it's finally made.
Good or burnt out, absolutely, brittle and mechanical.
But Jurassic Park, it has taken on a relevance because that famous picture, the famous picture of you reclining, that people have used it in so many memes and so many things. I don't know if you know this. It is now available as a face mask.
Yeah, that would be my number one recommended face mask, of course. Well, isn't that something? I'm humbled and honored, and yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum will sit on your face. That is terrific.
Now, well, good luck.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum is streaming now on Disney+. Jeff Goldblum, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you as soon as possible.
I'll see you very soon. My best to you. Much love and a big hug to everybody there, and to world cooperation and to wisdom all over the place.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Now, my next guest played Dolores Umbridge in the Harry Potter films. She was Vera Drake and will be the Queen in the final season of The Crown. It's Imelda Staunton. There she is. Resplendent.
Hello.
How are you? Are you okay?
I am. I'm fine. Absolutely. We're lucky that we've got a bit of outside space and our daughter's with us, so we're managing.
And you've got some very nice lighting in your kitchen. I'm très impressed.
I know. You're commenting on that, and I'm very, very pleased. Thank you very much. We like it, so that's all that matters, really.
Now, this is an odd thing, the way that characters come back. Dolores Umbridge, what is the connection between Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter and coronavirus?
You tell me. Because I don't do social media or anything, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, on Twitter, there's lots of these tweets. If we followed Dolores Umbridge's proclamations, nobody would get coronavirus. Did she bring in social distancing? Did she invent it?
Yes, absolutely she did. And all for the better, I feel. Yeah.
Coronavirus is the Dolores Umbridge of the world right now. Also, if coronavirus had a name, it would be Dolores Umbridge.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to keep a low profile on that.
Actually, social distancing for you, as Dolores Umbridge, do people kind of scatter out of your way in supermarkets anyway?
They absolutely do anyway. So I've never touched anyone in the streets when I've been walking around. Although people, they do go, "Oh, are you?" And I go, "Step away."
And they do.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
I feel like you're not going to win many more children fans with your new show, the new Apple Plus sitcom, Trying.
Oh, I beg to differ there, Graham. I play a social worker. It's about a couple trying to adopt, and beautifully played by Rafe Spall and Esther Smith. And I am their social worker who's trying to get them approved but she's a bit zany. She's not your run of the mill. Not that I don't think social workers are run of the mill at all. They have a tough job, but she's a bit just a bit quirky. Which I think that's obviously why I wanted to do it.
We've got a great clip. This is you meeting the hopeful couple for the first time.
I know how to take a bottle of piss. This is not my first rodeo. There is a knack to it. Don't touch the jacket outside. See, the instinct, you see, is to put your hands out like that to try and stop it. Issue there is, where's it hitting?
On your
Hands and face, that's right. So what you do is you put your hands down by your side and you turn. Because it's hitting anyway, there's no happy ending, so minimise it. Let the back get it. I know that they are all God's children, and I'm not supposed to want to wring their piss-throwing necks. And I know that he's like that because his parents were like that, and they're like that because their parents were like that, and their parents and their parents, and their, the whole cycle. I know all that, but at some point, someone's got to take responsibility for their actions, right? I mean, how far back do you have to go? Try to pass the blame back to the start of civilization and the one giant caveman arsehole responsible for the whole world of arseholes? Right. Oh, you are handsome. Oh, God, well done, you. Okay, so, shall we?
Very good. I feel like she's a real person.
Yes, it might be closer to me than you think. Yes, no, that was great.
But also, there's a weird kind of how did this happen connection between you and Rafe Spall, isn't there?
For goodness sake. So Rafe, of course, I was at drama school with Tim Spall, who was his dad, and there was one day and Rafe had brought his own kids in. I thought, I'm sitting with the grandchildren of someone that I was at drama school with. Yes, so it was a sobering moment indeed.
And of course, the last time we saw you on the big screen was Downton Abbey.
Yes.
There you were. You were upstairs. So did that cause tensions at home? Because of course Carson is your husband, Jim Carter.
Well, of course, at home. Of course, I never get the Carson treatment. I mean, I never get served anything at home. It's just always just. I don't want it. I don't want it. Thank you. No, I never get anything. Like a. Oh, that's better. Thank you. Yeah. So I never.
I think Carson has let a standard slip.
Yes, he certainly has.
I do apologise.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. It's a tribute to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
back
you very
in the
much.
garden now, where I belong.
Nice gams, Jim. Nice gams. Imelda Staunton and Jim Carter, thank you so much. Trying starts streaming tonight on Apple TV+. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Now, it looked like a bit of a dress-down day for Carson there, but all over the world, people are trying to maintain standards. In Australia, they've got dressing up for bin day, which is essentially taking your bins out in fancy dress. Here's an example. This lady. Ooh, things didn't really work out for Elsa, did they? Here's another Disney favourite. The Little Mermaid. All grown up. You don't just take your bin out, though. No, you could bring it in for dinner. How rude. Didn't even take his hat off. This guy's decided to play Where's Wally? Oh, where is Wally? Is he behind that bin? This next one gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, taking your junk out. The sad thing is, that was before lockdown began. Happy Bin Day, Australia. Hey, my next guest is the documentary filmmaker whose weird weekends made him a cult name around the world. It's Louis Theroux. Hello, Louis.
Hello, Graham. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, given that there's a global pandemic and the world is in meltdown. I'm doing surprisingly well.
You look more groomed than normal.
Well, which wouldn't be saying that much. If you saw below my waist, you might be surprised how ungroomed I am. Now let your imagination run riot.
But you have actually done the home fitness thing. You've bought into that.
If nothing else has come from this pandemic that's good, the one thing that is I've embraced a man called Joe Wicks, who until recently was just a name on the cover of a cookbook who had surprisingly luxuriant hair. He's now my new guru. Every morning between 9 and 9:30, it's Joe Wicks time for Louis Theroux. And so there I am doing my my Spider-Man lunges, my duck walks. Joe Wicks aficionados will know what I'm talking about. My star jumps and so on.
I'm very impressed. Yeah.
I mean, I would take my shirt off and show you the result. I don't know that the British viewing public is ready for that level of provocation.
We can't risk breaking the internet at this point. I don't want to be responsible for that.
The internet is needed, and so we can't run the risk of
no, we really
overloading
can't.
it.
Obviously, a very experienced documentary maker, but you are a first-time podcaster. This is Grounded with Louis Theroux. And presumably this was your idea. You just kind of thought, I'm going crazy here, I want to work.
Well, like millions of others, when the pandemic hit, all my plans had to change. So the conversation turned to, well, what can you do from your home? And we had this idea of interviewing people who I've always wanted to speak to, people with a profile, people who I think I'd have a good conversation with, and doing it down the internet and kind of comparing notes during this difficult time I think is a positive as well.
Yeah. Now, John Ronson, that one's already gone out. Who else do we have to look forward to?
I just did an interview with a friend of yours who asked to be remembered to you, by the way, Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
She
lovely.
said something about, are you still singing? Which she said you would understand.
It is true. She's very keen on my singing. She sent me a big bag of kind of witch's brew that I could make, and then you drink it and you can sing. And I nearly drank it, and then I thought, I don't really trust her.
Well,
that could be anything.
Bellatrix Lestrange, in one of her most famous incarnations, so she has wizarding powers.
But I think this is interesting, because is this the first time you've interviewed sort of your peers in a way?
I suppose, look, it's the first time I've ever done an interview that isn't in a real location, in the sense of it isn't part of a live encounter. Normally, I either go into someone's home, I stand up in the kitchen, have a coffee, we spend a couple of hours talking about this and that, but all we're in motion doing something, someone's doing their job on a porn set, out in the wilds of Idaho, or in a hospital, wherever it may be. These are much more conversations in which the star of the conversation is really just the chat. A bit like, dare I compare myself to you, Graham, what you do.
Back off.
Look out.
You get back to ranches, and I want you back in the field. Actually, talking of you being back in the field, one of the big hits of this whole pandemic, you know, when the history is written, what did everyone do? Everyone apparently watched Tiger King. And Joe Exotic, you were there first.
I knew him before he was famous, and spent really the best part of a week with him for a documentary I did in 2011 called America's Most Dangerous Pets. And he was back then, as he is now, well, now he's behind bars. Spoiler alert. You're supposed to say spoiler alert before the spoiler. Apologies. But, maybe they can re-edit that. But he was still running a zoo, and he had, I think, 150 tigers. And back then he also had two husbands, but they were one of the husbands was the same, and another of the husbands was a different husband. And if I have any regrets, it's that I didn't talk to him more about that. The only thing he said about that at the time was that it was along the lines of, well, as far as lovemaking, he didn't use the term lovemaking. He said something like, well, when we're going to get it on, it's either all of us involved or it doesn't happen. Like he basically had a rules of engagement for three-person lovemaking.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Louis Theroux. Grounded, the first episode is available on BBC Sounds now, and new episodes drop every Monday, and they're repeated on Radio 4 on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. Louis Theroux, goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Graham.
Okay, we're going to try something a bit different now. I saw this man performing at Eurovision, and he is quite simply amazing. Please welcome Master Mentalist Lior Suchard. Hello, Lior.
Hey Graham, how are you doing over there in Britain?
We're doing okay. We're muddling through the same as the rest of the world. And where are you? You're in Tel Aviv, right?
I'm in Tel Aviv, Israel. The weather is great. The roads are empty, completely empty. Everybody's self-quarantined at home, but it is what it is.
Now, you're going to show us some, what do you call them? Are they mind tricks?
Well, you can, as a mentalist, I always love to say that I use three special techniques to do what I do. Mind reading, mind influencing, and bullshit. And I combine all of it together to create a fun, amazing experience. I wanted to ask you a quick question before we start. Let me just look at you. Can you count from 1 to 3?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I'm going to write a little message for you. Recognize this?
Yes.
All right, so it's something very simple. I'm going to write a little message, and I'm sorry for my handwriting, but I'm going to put this aside. Can you please just tell us a 2-digit number, whatever you want? Just say a 2-digit number.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, you can say it.
13.
Why? Just randomly? Because I wrote here, Graham will say 13. Can you see that?
I mean, I'm applauding. I'm applauding. That is, I mean, and of course, people will think that, you know, we've been Zooming all day and we've rehearsed this, but honestly, I haven't. I don't know why I said 13. Okay. Do more.
Okay, I decided I want to do something for everyone who's watching us right now. So I'm going to ask everyone who's watching us right now to run to the kitchen and bring a fork, a knife, and a spoon. Fork, knife, a spoon. You should have it also over there.
Yeah, no, I'm fully prepared, and I've told people, I pre-warned them that they'd need these, so they should have them. They should have them.
Excellent.
Okay.
So we're going to try to do something like a fun intuition test through the screen, but I don't want to see what you're doing.
I'll do. Can you see this?
No, I cannot see. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I want you to position them next to each other and mix them around so they will change position. Everybody at home also do it. Change the position of the knife, the fork, and the spoon.
Yep.
So now nobody knows. Everyone at home has different orientation of the knife, fork, a spoon, or maybe it's a fork, spoon, and knife, or maybe whatever this is. Now we're going to make some switches. I want you to switch the fork with whatever object on its right. If there's nothing there, don't do nothing. I want everybody at home to do the same, okay? Now, I want you to switch the knife with whatever is on its left. If there's nothing there, leave it there, don't do anything. Okay, one more switch.
Okay.
I want you to change the spoon with whatever object on its right. And if there's nothing there, just leave it there.
Okay.
And last switch, I want you to change the fork with whatever object on its right. And if there's nothing there, just leave it there. All right, so you've done your switches or not switches, and I don't know your first order, I don't know what you did. I'm gonna turn around. Turn around, and while I'm turning around, I want you to take the leftmost object and sit on it. The left object and sit on it. So do it now, I'm not looking.
Okay, doing that.
All right?
Yep.
So now you have 2 objects over there remaining.
Yeah.
Look at the left object. Imagine that you're using the left object, but the left object, I don't know why, Graham, but you imagine you're eating soup, I think. I think that you're thinking of a spoon, and if I'm not mistaking the right, you imagine that you're eating steak, but this is the fork, which means all of you needs to be very careful when you pull out the knife.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be lawsuits. I'm worried. Send your claims to Israel. Lior Suchard in Israel.
One more claim to Israel, among other billions of claims.
Lior, thank you so much. We'll let you get on.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the future, face to face, so we can blow everyone's minds again.
I might be too frightened. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Amazing stuff. Was it a knife? Did you get the knife? You got the knife. Yeah. Hey, it's time for another of our fantastic special home musical performances now. And this week, it is officially the best British female solo artist. It's Mabel. Hi, Mabel.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you very much. Where did we find you?
I am at my parents' house. I'm isolating with my parents. And in our little home studio.
And presumably, you might find this more relaxing than the last time you were on the show, because the last time you were on the show, you met one of your big heroes.
And made a total fool of myself. Yeah, Harry Potter was on the show. Actually, Daniel Radcliffe. But for me, he'll always be Harry Potter.
Now, I don't want to make you more nervous, but Dolores Umbridge might be listening tonight. In fact, Dolores has sent you a message.
Good afternoon, Mabel.
Oh my God.
What a strange name. And yet, you seem loaded with talent.
That is so intense. There's so many things I need to say to her.
Okay, your band members, they're standing by. Oh, hello all. Very good. Everyone's ready. Okay, performing her current single, Boyfriend, it is Mabel.
I've been looking for somebody, trying to kick it with somebody. I need a whoop or to tell me something sweet same time. Got his hands up on my body. I wanna get hot when you take it low, low. Make me feel strong when I'm taking control. I'm looking for my shawty, so come and get it if you got it. All my girls round the world, I know you know what I mean. I get a little sexy when I'm lonely. One thing on my mind, I know what I need, yeah. All my girls round the world, hands up and sing it with me. Cause everything I got, you know it's on me. Even though a man is something I need, yeah. I want a boyfriend, so put it on me. I'm looking for a man who could take that. Want a boyfriend, but not too sweet, oh, oh, oh. Is he ride or die? I've been looking so long for a guy who could tell me, oh, I want a boyfriend, yeah, yeah. I want a boyfriend, yeah.
Excellent. It's like a lockdown anthem.
Even though it's probably quite hard to find a boyfriend right now, I can imagine.
Yes, it really is.
Online dating, FaceTime dating.
So that's out now, but that's from the debut album, High Expectations, isn't it?
Yes.
But I was listening because I knew you were coming on, so I was listening during the week. It's such a great album, Mabel. Fantastic.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Mabel, thank you for that beautiful performance. You looked and sounded terrific. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I think we've got time for a quick visit to the red chairs, so let's see who's there. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My proper name is Edward William Llewellyn Davis, but everyone knows me as Taffy.
Very good. And where are you, sir?
I'm Macclesfield, south of Manchester.
And what do you normally do there?
Well, I'm retired Church of England vicar.
It's a vicar, ladies and gentlemen. We've struck gold. Okay, off you go. I hope this is a church-related story. Off you go.
Well, indirectly. Just before I became a vicar in a parish on the outskirts of Macclesfield, I'd moved into the vicarage, but I was mopping up an old job I did as a graphic designer before I was going to become the vicar. And the company I was working for, I'd just done some educational materials for young people, and they phoned me up and just said, could they have just a drawing of the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. I didn't like to Google it on my computer for obvious reasons, so I went to the local library to see if I could find some reference material. So I went and found a magnificent medical encyclopedia with male and female organs, wonderfully illustrated. Went to use the photocopier, and the woman was there with a whole pile of papers and said, "This is just a couple of things I've got." I said, "Yes, certainly." Started to copy these images, and I did my church warden came up the stairs and joined us and knew the woman, so he wanted to introduce us. He said, "Well, this is Taffy. He's just about to become our new vicar." And as he said that, I having pushed the button on the photocopier, this massive penis slid out of the side of the machine itself. And I didn't explain, I didn't say why I was doing it. I just rolled it up, tucked it under my arm, and walked out the library. Never spoken about it for 30 years.
That is a very good story, sir. You can walk.
Thank you very much.
There he goes. That's it. If you'd like to join us from anywhere in the world and tell your red chair story, you can. Just contact us at the address which is on your screen right now. Next week is VE Day, so we're moving to our normal time after the news at 10:40. Hope you can join us then. I'll leave you with this man who's getting a little tired of being in lockdown with his kids.
Oh, not here.